Millie loves ants. Author is Jackie French and the illustrator is Sue De Janeiro. And if you have a look to the right, it is a Children's Book of the Year Award notable book. So I think this is going to be a good one. Let's have a look at the blurb and see what this book is about. The blurb. What does the blurb say about this book today? Millie trundles through the trees, wild flowers bending in the breeze. If there's just a chance of ants, Millie's nose will do its dance. But just why does Millie the Echidna adore ants? Find out in this glorious new picture book from award-winning author and children's laureate Jackie French and talented illustrator Sue De Janeiro. Does this book sound like an interesting one to read? I want to know why Millie's nose does a dance when it sees some ants. My friend Millie just loves ants. Her whole world is ants, ants, ants. Activate your prior knowledge. What do you know about echidnas? And why do you think Millie loves ants? Ants in pot plants on our path. Ants that live beneath our bath. Making connections. I'm having a text to self connection here. This is reminding me of the ants I've seen at my house. Have you ever seen ants at your house? Where were they? The ants that live at my house are all outside at the moment, but sometimes they try to sneak in, especially in my kitchen where I keep my honey. But I've never had any ants live beneath my bath and try and carry away my toothpaste and toothbrush. Have you? Ants that crawl up in my pants, ants that make me jump and dance. Why do you think ants would make the little girl jump and dance? Oh, look at that juicy watermelon. What do you know about watermelon? And what do you know about ants if they get inside your pants? Ants in the kitchen, ants in the shed. Do you think this is a fact book or a fiction book? Do you really think ants are going to climb up onto the kitchen bench with the echidna and start knocking things off your kitchen bench? How funny to see an echidna on the kitchen bench and ants carrying tools out of the shed. Have you ever seen an ant carrying a saw or a hammer or a drill? Oh boy. I'm thinking this might be a fiction book. It's a made-up story. What do you think? Ants on a picnic. Ants on my bed. Oh boy. Look at all the food they're carrying away from her picnic. I always see ants when I go on a picnic. Draw a picture of a time that you went on a picnic. Did you see any ants? I think some of these ants are carrying things that I'm not sure they could really carry. Do you think one ant could carry 1, 2, 3, 4 cupcakes? I don't know about that. Ants that live in hollow trees. Ants that make their homes of leaves. So there are all different kinds of ants. Do you think that Millie's going to be able to get the ants that live up in the tree? I don't know about that. Activate your prior knowledge. What do you already know about ants? I have heard that ants can carry 20 times their body weight, but I'm not sure if that's a fact or not. I've just heard someone say that to me. You can check out these facts by looking on the internet. If you click on the link below, you will find some more fun facts about ants. Ants in tunnels, ants in mounds, drag down debris to their towns. Wow, there are a lot of things under the ground. Do you think a big piece of watermelon would fit in their tunnel? Not so sure about some of the things that are dragged down under the ground, but this is a fiction book, a made-up book, so you can let your imagination go crazy. I love the drawings on this page, and the ants do look very busy. Small but mighty hunter ants help make soil to feed the plants. Do you think that ants are good or bad? Why do you think that? Some people call them pests, but other people like to actually have them as pets, and they put them in glass boxes so they can watch them build their nests. Queen ants fly before the rain. Soldiers fight a war campaign. There are many types of ants. Draw a picture of the ants that live at your house. Do you know what type of ants they are? If there's just a chance of ants, Millie's nose must do its dance. Millie is making a mess in the garden. Why does her nose do a dance if there are ants? Have you figured it out yet? What is she going to do with these ants? Why so many, spiny friend? Won't your crunching ever end? Well, this girl's asking questions of the echidna. Do you think ants would be crunchy? I think they might be with those little legs for an echidna. Have you figured out what that means the echidna is going to do to the ants? This box is full of interesting things to use for exploring. I can see binoculars, I can see a net, I can see a notepad and a pencil, I can see a magnifying glass. Do you have things you take outside when you go exploring? Millie trundles through the trees, wildflowers bending in the breeze. What do you think the little girl is doing with the pencil and paper? What might she be writing down on there? I think maybe she's either drawing the echidna or she's writing down some observations, things that she can see the echidna doing. Maybe she wants to be a super scientist and study the echidna. Where the sunlit tussocks glow and dusty wombats dig below. Activate your prior knowledge again. What do you already know? What is a wombat and why do you think they might be dusty? And I follow, now I know where most of Millie's ants will go. What do you think Millie is doing with all of the ants? I agree. I think she's eating them all as she goes. This page doesn't even have any writing. All it shows us is a very happy and content Millie. What do you think about this picture? What can you see? Use your visual clues. What does this picture tell you? Do you think Millie looks full and happy? What is your favourite food? Do you sometimes feel like Millie when you've eaten a lot of your favourite food? Thanks so much for listening. I really hope that you liked this book as much as I did. What was your favourite page? I think mine was the page where the ants were making their tunnels under the ground. Please subscribe and comment. I would love to know what you thought of this book. I look forward to reading you another story soon. Bye for now.